My name is my name is Lily Wang. This summer I continued working on the application I began last summer, called FAIRshake. FAIRshake is currently in development as part of the NIH Data Commons Pilot Phase Consortium. It is a software toolkit to enable assessment of the compliance of biomedical digital research objects with the FAIR guiding principles. The FAIR guiding principles were established to begin addressing the challenge of making digital objects more findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable, or FAIR. However, these principles are very high level and abstract, so recently the 15 universal FAIR metrics were published to enable more direct measurement of fairness. However, software to robustly assess, store, and display the fairness of biomedical digital objects is currently mostly not available, so FAIRshake serves as a robust implementation of such software to perform FAIR assessments of any digital object with potentially any rubric. To give an overview of how the FAIRshake system works, each object registered with FAIRshake is associated with a set of 9 questions through which its fairness level is assessed. We chose these questions based on established community guidelines while prioritizing easy comprehension by a broad audience. Assessments may be submitted manually through the FAIRshake website evaluation form or programmatically through the FAIRshake API. In order to visually communicate fairness level, we developed an insignia, which is a grid of colored squares where each square represents the aggregated results of 1 out of the 9 questions. Results are visualized on a color scale from blue for 100% positive to red for 100% negative answers. I'll now give an overview of the key features of the FAIRshake toolkit, which include the FAIRshake web portal at fairshake.cloud, a Chrome extension, bookmarklet, and APIs. Related digital objects in the FAIRshake system are grouped into collections called projects. The digital object list for each project displays the identifying metadata, number of FAIR assessments submitted, and FAIR insignia of each digital object in the project. Authenticated users can then select digital objects from this page to assess using the evaluation form. The evaluation form contains the associated set of 9 questions to evaluate the fairness of the digital object. So for example, one question user may be asked is, does the repository have a license to manage data access and use? For each question, users can choose between yes, no, yes, but, or no, but as to whether the digital object fulfills the FAIR criterion. Users are also able to enter URLs and free text comments to explain their answers. Previously submitted FAIR assessments can be reviewed and modified at any time in the My Evaluations tab in the digital object list for a project. Users of FAIRshake can also create new projects, register lists of digital objects to evaluate in these projects, and assign them sets of FAIR questions, or rubrics, for assessment through the web interface. In the General tab, users can enter general information about the project, including the project name and a short description. Under the Rubrics tab, users can choose from existing rubrics in the FAIRshake database or choose to create their own. If they choose from existing rubrics, they can preview the questions and answer types for the chosen rubric. If they choose to create their own FAIR rubric, they will be asked for the rubric name, question content, and answer types, so for example, yes, no, URL, or text entry. Users are also able to choose multiple rubrics and assign different rubrics to the different types of digital objects in a project. In the Resources tab, users can register digital objects to evaluate in the context of the project. Required information about each digital object includes the name, types, for example, tool, repository, or dataset, homepage URL, a short description, and the rubric to be used for FAIR assessment out of the ones selected previously in the Rubrics tab. Currently, FAIRshake supports the evaluation of 3 types of digital objects: tool, dataset, and repository. The FAIRshake Google Chrome browser extension and bookmarklet both display FAIR score information directly on a digital object's homepage in the browser. When users have installed the FAIRshake Chrome extension and bookmarklet onto their browser, then navigate to the homepage of a digital object registered in FAIRshake, and then execute the extension or bookmarklet, they will see a pop-up displaying the FAIR insignia of the digital object and a link to the digital object's evaluation form on the FAIRshake website where they can submit a new assessment. This summer we began using FAIRshake to perform real evaluations using the FAIRshake Jam website available at fairshakejam.cloud. We evaluated all the digital objects we found on the GTEx portal and the various Alliance of Genome Resources websites, amounting to about 200 digital objects total, including not only the repositories themselves, but also the tools and datasets accessible through the websites. We also evaluated the fairness of about 400 bioinformatics tools, randomly selected from a set of 4,000 tools we mined using natural language processing, from the journals Bioinformatics, BMT Bioinformatics, and Nucleic Acid Research. We started the FAIRshake Jam on July 17th and are continuing to receive assessments. We have received assessments of over 376 tools performed by over 23 participants. Some initial results that we noted were that the question receiving the most negative answers was whether the bioinformatics tool could be accessed through an API and whether that API was documented with a community standard like Smart API or Open API. We also noted on average it took an evaluator 1 minute to complete an assessment. So according to this, we estimate it will take around 70 working hours to complete all 4,000 tool assessments. One idea we can implement is to source the assessments to the producers, asking them to self-assess. This might also motivate them to improve the fairness of their tools. All the functionality of the FAIRshake system will soon be made available through a set of APIs. These APIs will include the ability to start a project, register digital objects, register questions and rubrics, assign rubrics to digital objects, perform assessments, and retrieve scores and information to display